Making news this morning, killer storms.
And those storms are not over just yet. Cities torn apart after taking a direct hit from rare winter tornadoes. They're now bracing for more of the same.
From ABC News, this is America This Morning with Rob Nelson and Paula Ferris.
Those powerful storms have left major destruction across the heartland and in the south as well. Tornadoes, some 22 miles long, 400 yards across. They took down entire city blocks.
Wow, the winds that caused this damage, hurricane force toppling 170 miles an hour. At least 12 people have died. The latest victims were in eastern Tennessee last night. And you can kind of get an idea of the path the storms took by looking at this map. Hard-hit cities like Harrisburg, Illinois, and the tourist town of Branson, Missouri.
And the last area hit west of Knoxville, Tennessee. And more of the same weather, believe it or not, it's on its way yet again. We begin our coverage now with ABC's Tamon Bradley.
This morning, towns across the Midwest are picking up after at least 16 tornadoes left behind a terrible path of destruction. Survivors say the twisters struck in an instant.
I heard the wind pick up, and then all at once it just felt like the house was coming apart. The windows blew out, the glass was flying through the house like big knives.
I like a train, just like they say it sounds like. It really did. It sounded like thunder that just didn't quit.
Among the places hardest hit, Harrisburg, Illinois. 175-mile-an-hour winds, 2 football fields wide, left 6 people dead. Homes were shredded, a strip mall flattened, entire buildings knocked off their foundations.
It's just unreal. It's like a war zone if you haven't seen that area there.
In Harveyville, Kansas, half the homes in this small town were destroyed. Debbie Roberts and her husband's 8-year-old grandson Michael was nearly sucked out of their house when the tornado hit.
When he got up here, he went airborne.
And came all the way?
And came all the way over here. He hit the coffee table and screamed, and Rich reached out to the scream and caught him.
In another remarkable act of heroism, Brian Norton ran into his handicapped daughter's bedroom to bring her to the basement. He had time only to dive on top of her as the ceiling collapsed.
I pulled her out from under it. We went down the basement. Then all the water starts running through the floor and flooding the basement.
The tornadoes are caused by a powerful collision of cold air smacking into warm air. The storms move from Nebraska across Kansas and Missouri into Illinois and Kentucky. Tornadoes touched down in the country music mecca of Branson, Missouri, destroying this hotel and theater. The destruction is already enormous, but the worst may be yet to come. Meteorologists predict another strong system could hit Friday with the Midwest and South right in the bullseye. Tamon Bradley, ABC News.
Relentless weather. ABC News has a team of reporters spread out across the disaster zone, including Chris Bury, who will give us a snapshot of the new normal in Harrisburg, Illinois.
You can see how powerful this tornado was. This home among hundreds destroyed in a town of only 9,000. The mayor here told us that he heard the sirens go off and then knew in his gut something awful was going to happen. At least 6 people were killed in this town. Entire shopping malls flattened like pancakes, homes ripped apart, cars turned asunder. The damage that took only a few moments to inflict may take many, many months to rebuild. Chris Bury, ABC News, Harrisburg, Illinois.